true believers, it's your pal Spider-Man back again for another shave. Happy Saturday. Repetitive. I say that all the time, but it is Happy Saturday because it is so beautiful outside. Today is going to get up into the 60s. We are past most of the cold weather, and I am so looking forward to getting out today into the sunshine, into the nature, and maybe doing some fishing or some hiking with my kids. I don't know what exactly we're going to do yet, but it is going to be a great day. So looking forward to getting outside. We're going to get right into this shave. Today I will be using CBL Fresh. This is a new scent from CBL. Comes in the bamboo bowl, which I love. These bowls are great. They're a throwback to the old bowls like Williams and Yardley used to come in. You can buy the bowls plain, like on Amazon and eBay and stuff, but I think Chris is one of the only ones to actually produce the soap in these wooden bowls, which is a really cool touch. Fresh is a very bright, what I'm getting off the top is a lot of lemon. So if you like bright citrusy scents, this is a good scent. I'm sure there's a lot of other stuff in there, but what I'm mainly getting off the top is the lemon. But we're going to go ahead and get into that. I'll be using my Eric Sorrentino custom-made brush. He poured this out of colors that I requested. And just a great brush. A little bit floppy with the Timberwolf knot, but I'm digging it. When I'm using a synthetic, I do like to shake all of the water out. They load slightly differently than a Badger will. I think it's okay for a Badger to have a little bit more water in it than a synthetic. So I like to go ahead and wring my synthetic out as much as possible, because that if you don't, it'll tend to make the lather a bit soupy and watery, and you're gonna have stuff start dripping off. Now the lather that I'm loading into my brush looks a little dry, which is fine because I'm going to add some water back into that. And I'm going to go ahead and do that now into the bowl as I'm loading just a little bit, because I don't want it to be too dry when I put it to my face. So I'm getting a little bit more wet there. Added a little bit more, and now we're getting to that better consistency. So this is fine. I'm going to stop there. I don't need to load anymore. I've probably overloaded already, but that is okay. Better to have too much soap than not enough soap. If you have not enough soap, you can end up with some substandard, subpar lather, and we don't want that. So it's always better to over lather. I pretty much always face lather unless the soap is very soft, and might do better bowl lathering. You see this is not quite puffed up enough, at least it doesn't feel that way, so I'm going to add some more water to my brush. I like to just kind of smush it against my face and kind of make a little pocket there, and then I just take up the water, drop in a few drops at a time. Don't want to add in too much water and have it get too soupy, because once it gets too soupy on your face, it's hard to come back. You got to go get some more soap and bring it back to your face. A little bit more water. Now it's starting to get some more volume towards the lather that I want. I always prefer to face lather because when I bowl lather, it's very easy to build lather in a bowl, and it's easy to build lather to the point that it looks perfect. And a lot of time I found that when the lather looked perfect in the bowl, it didn't feel right on my face, and I still needed to adjust when it got to my face, and sometimes it was it had already gone too far. Like, it looked great in the bowl, but as far as my face goes and how I wanted it to feel, it was too wet, too soupy. Even though it looked good in the bowl, or it was too airy. That's a big problem that I got when I was bowl lathering, was it would get too airy. And I want the lather on my face to be thicker. You can see how decently thick the lather is. That's what I want. And I wasn't ever really getting thick lather in the bowl. And in order to get thick lather in the bowl, it just seemed tedious. It seemed like it took too long to get the type of lather that I wanted in a bowl. And I found that by face lathering, it was much easier to just build it on my face until it felt right, and build it until it feels right, rather than building it until it looks right. So early on, I discovered face lathering when I first got into the hobby. Everything was bowl, bowl, bowl. And then I heard some people talking about face lathering. I'm like, what's that? And then as soon as I discovered it, my lather got better dramatically. My shaves improved. And I'm like, why didn't anybody teach me this when I was first starting? So there's my tip to you. If you don't face lather, do it, or try it at least. If you face lathered in the past and didn't like it and switched to bowl lathering, well, now that your technique has improved, maybe give it another try. Don't be afraid to go back and try something that didn't work for you in the past, because over time, methods change, techniques change, and sometimes you go back and it'll work again. I've had that happen so many times with razors, where I'll get a new razor, or I'll get a new to me vintage razor, and I'll try it and I just don't like it. And then I'm a collector, so I don't ever get rid of anything. And so sometimes people will be talking about this razor on the forums, and I'll go, man, I really didn't like that razor, but hey, everybody's saying it's great, so let me give it another try. I pull it out, and it works great. Sometimes it's just your individual technique that day that makes that razor not perform for you. So don't be afraid to go back and try things that didn't work for you in the past. Even soaps. Sometimes you get a new soap and you're like, oh, this just doesn't give me the lather that I want. Well, wait a year. Go back and try it again. See if your lather building techniques have improved, and see if you can get some better results with it. That's why I don't like to get rid of anything necessarily right away. If I don't like it at the first. I'm kind of stubborn like that. I want to make things work and try to get them to work. So what's going on the Cadre? Well, we just finished up Valentine's bingo. Dangerous Don won. He won 2 bottles of my homemade sauce, hot sauce. He wanted one of my jalapeno varieties and one of my ghost pepper jalapeno varieties. So I'll get those sent out to him soon. Hopefully boxed up this weekend and then sent out to him on Monday. And he just started up his bingo game. So if you're interested in getting in on one of our bingo games, he just started sign-ups for it, and it will be starting on the 15th, and this will be a St. Patrick's Day edition. So the winning pattern on the bingo card is a 3-leaf clover, or shamrock maybe, I don't know, I think it's a clover. And his prize is a set of sterling Sharp Dressed Man, which is a scent takeoff from Green Irish Tweed, fitting with the theme of St. Patrick's Day. I just completed recently my Williams 3017. So use the same puck of vintage Williams every day for, mine didn't go, let's see, I think I went just past a month with mine. I forgot exactly how many shaves, but it was right around a month. I think I went the full month of February and then went a day or two past that. So I know there's a few people still going on the challenge, still got their 3017 going. Sometimes it just depends on how much you load. Sometimes those things take longer than others. I've had people end a Williams 3017 in as short as, well, think this time somebody did it in like 13 days or something like that. It was crazy, like right around 2 weeks. Usually it's about 20 days is about where the first person ends up. But John, the monkey, a few years back, he had one last like 6 months. So he must have been very much underloading in order to get it to last that long. But it's possible. You can take a dollar soap and make it last 6 months. I mean, you're not gonna have lather like this. It's gonna be thinner, but it's gonna work. It's gonna do the job. Which is something that a lot of people complain about Williams, is that the lather's thin, the lather dissipates. You can lather Williams and not have it be thin, not have it dissipate. You just need to change your technique. However, that thin dissipating lather will still excel in the shave. It'll still be super slick and it will get the job done. It won't look pretty, but it will get the job done. So even though the lather looks substandard, it is not substandard. So if you haven't tried Williams, go to your local grocery store, local drugstore, and see if they have it. Pick up a puck. You can find it for $1. Sometimes it's like $1.50. I think sometimes I've seen it, it's been like $2, but it's worth it. But especially if you can find it for $1 and get a soap that's gonna last you a month or two, that's a good deal. I'm just gonna do a little touch up. I don't even need to reapply any more soap on my face. There's plenty of slickness in CBL soaps. Seriously, his soaps are one of the best. I've tried most all of the upper tier soaps, and his is by far my favorite and is probably the one brand that I will stick with because they are so good. I didn't talk about my blade. We did a 1-blade February challenge, and I chose my Feather ASD2 and the feather blades to go in it. The goal is to go all month, which I think this time surprised a lot of people how far they could get with their blade. And I think I've done these 1-blade February challenges a lot, and a lot of times people have to bail the blade like halfway through the month and then start over with a new one and then try to get better results the second time. I was surprised how many people this time around did not have to do that and actually went the full month. And I think that surprised a lot of people how far they could push their blades and still get decent results. I'm gonna put on some cucumber witch hazel. But anyways, I am on shave 34 today. And how I keep track of that is with role-playing dice. So I use my die 20, D20, and then once I get to 20, I add in a second die, and I put it on the 1 to say I've already used my D20 one time, so whatever this is at now, add 20. If this goes to a 2, then that's 20/40 I've already used, and then add it to whatever's on here. So got this set to 14, so 20 plus 14, 34, easy math. I'm on shave 34. Tomorrow I will increment it one more time, and I will be on shave 35. That will work up until I get to shave 100. I could use a D100, but I don't have a D100, so I use a D20. Now, if I go past 100 shaves, I can either just note, I know I've already done 100, so we're going to start over at 0 and just add 100, because I know I've already used it that much. Or I could just go and step up my D4 into a D6, D8, D10, whatever, so I can keep adding that same way. But that's just the way I do it. A lot of people use dice, but a lot of people just use like a couple of 6-sided dice, and it's very limiting. But maybe those people just aren't in the mindset that they're going to use their blade for a very, very long time. I'm going to use my Petrolon Polar. Just the brightness and freshness of the soap makes me want to use something a bit lighter. So the Petrolon Polar is what I'm going to use. It's a cooling, got a lot of menthol in it, but kind of has a light cologne-y vibe to it. Going back twice, because twice is nice. So yeah, my goal, and I do have a PIF open. Actually, it's no longer open. It's closed because we're in the second month, and I need to add my second prize to that. But I have a PIF going for folks to determine how many shaves I'm going to go. How far that blade is going to last me. In the past, when I've done February challenges, one went 66, one went 115. So I'm using a different razor this time. So is that gonna help me or hurt me? I don't know. So everybody put in their guesses. Guesses are closed now. And we'll just have to wait and see how long I go with this blade, and whoever gets the closest to it will be the winner. So it's too late to join, sorry. I've talked about this before, so if you missed out, sorry. We'll do future PIFs in the future. That's when you do future PIFs in the future. But anyways, that's my shave for today. I'm Spider. Check us out on the Shaving Cadre. Great web forum. Forums are much better than Facebook. So if you're only doing Facebook for your wet shaving socializations, check out the forums. Check out the Shaving Cadre. They're much, much better. Better flow of information. Better way to search. Just hands down. A easier way to talk to people about shaving. But enjoy your shaves, and we'll talk to you guys later. Bye.